Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Vetvox. So today we are going to discuss about a new topic related to physiology, and the topic is neurophysiology. So in this module we will discuss about all the physiological aspects of the nervous system. So let's start. Nervous system is a functional and structural mechanism involved in the coordination of an animal's response to internal and external environment. The nervous system collects information from outside and inside the body as well as integrate the information. So, nervous system is a structural and functional mechanism, as you all know, which mainly deals with the coordination of an animal's response. And the response can be related with the stimulus that can be originated from the external or outside the body as well as inside the body. And the brain also collects this information, and they will integrate this information and will get stored in the brain. The nerve cells are designed to respond to stimuli and transmit information to various parts of the body. It provides effective responses to stimuli. The nervous system is composed of millions of discrete structural, functional, and genetic units called neurons. So as I already said, the nerve cells are designed to respond to many stimulus that is occurring from the outside the body as well as inside the body, and these informations are transmitted to various parts of the body, and they can be seen as a movement originated from an effector muscles, for example. And so as a result, the structural, functional, and genetic unit which make up the nervous system is called the neurons. So coming to the classification, first we can divide the nervous system to two branches, like central nervous system or CNS and peripheral nervous system or PNS. Under the CNS we will study about the brain and spinal cord. Under the peripheral nervous system we will study about the sensory and motor neurons. So let's see what is the difference between the sensory PNS and motor PNS. What actually they deals with is that in the case of sensory PNS, they correlate to function as a spatial sensation, that is related to vision, olfactory, taste, hearing, or equilibrium of an organism. Another function is that they will deal with the general sensation. And under general sensation there will be two classifications, that is somatic sensation and visceral sensation. In somatic sensation, it mainly deals with the locomotor system, the reaction or stimulus originated from the skin, fascia, etc. In case of visceral sensation, it mainly deals with the dull pain, distension of the viscera, like that. In case of motor PNS, there is two classifications, that is somatic motor response and autonomic motor response. In somatic motor response, there will be voluntary motor responses are dealing with. And in case of autonomic motor response, involuntary motor responses are happening. So under that there is two types, like sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Another classification which I didn't mention here is that based on the functions of the nervous system, it can be divided into somatic and autonomic. So in somatic, it will be included by the brain, spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system. And in case of autonomic, it will be like visceral efference, which is divided into sympathetic, parasympathetic, and enteric. So in case of somatic nervous system, it will be mainly associated with the voluntary control of muscles, while in case of autonomic nervous system, it will be involved in the visceral function or involuntary control of the smooth muscles, cardiac muscles, glands, etc. And both the central and peripheral nervous systems are made up of neurons and supporting tissues known as glial cells, which we will deal with later. So coming to the development of the nervous system begins to form in the third week of the embryological development. From a new progenitor cells, billions of neurons are formed, which migrate to their final destination and establish complex connections with other neurons. So after the fertilization, the zygote will be formed, and at the embryological development of third week, the nervous system will begins to form. So from progenitor cells, billions of neurons are formed, and they can get migrated to different parts of the brain itself or to the spinal cord, and they establish different complex connections with each others. Coming to the central and peripheral nervous system, they are actually derived from the ectoderm called a neural plate, which is a thick plate. So the neural plate develops shallow indentation called the neural groove, and as the groove deepens, the lips of the groove meets in the midline and fuse, resulting in a tube. The length of the embryo is called the neural tube. So in this picture you can clearly see the neural plate, which is marked in yellow color, and there will be a groove formation on that neural plate, which will later get encrusted or become closed, which is formed by neural crust, and this neural crust get diverged and that structure is enclosed called neural tube. I hope it is clear. The angle between this neural tube and the overlying ectoderm on either side lies a cluster of cells derived from ectoderm known as neural crest. So this is the neural crest as you can see in this picture. While the neural tube is primordial for the CNS, and PNS will be mostly derived from these neural crest cells. So from this picture you can see that the central nervous system will be deriving from this neural tube, and the PNS will be deriving mostly from these neural crest cells. So by the time neural tube closes, 3 brain vesicles are formed at the rostral end. From this, brain will develop. So in first brain part is the prosencephalon, which will be later developing into forebrain. Then comes the second part, which is the mesencephalon, which will be developing to midbrain, and the rhombencephalon, which is the third part, developing into the hindbrain. In case of spinal cord, it will be mainly forming from the caudal part of the neural tube. Later, these 3 brain vesicles will be divided and will form 5 vesicles. That is, the prosencephalon will be divided to 2 vesicles, telencephalon and diencephalon. The mesencephalon will remain undivided, and the rhombencephalon will be divided to metencephalon and myelencephalon. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, and I'll be uploading the part 2 very soon. Thank you.